Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Manchester City head to Peterborough tomorrow in the FA Cup for a place, hopefully, in the FA Cup quarter-finals. How you all doing? I hope you're all well. Looking forward to this video. Don't forget, if you are a fan of this kind of content, please do me a massive favour and hit that subscribe button. It'd be massively appreciated. And give it a like while you're there as well. As today, we're going to preview this game. It's going to be really interesting, Peterborough. Like another Manchester City YouTuber. I don't know much about Peterborough. Sorry, Lewis. But I'm going to try and learn a little bit about them today and try and inform you guys a tiny bit about their predicament as well. I also want to say before I get into this video, go and give OneFootball a download right now. It's a fantastic app and it's been sponsored my channel for ages. You can get all the information about Manchester City and Peterborough by downloading the app in the description right now or scanning that QR code next to my face. You can get your Manchester City stats and information, and it's free as well, which is the best thing about OneFootball. There's absolutely no cost whatsoever, and you get all the notifications on your phone. So when you want the Manchester City news sent to you straight away, you're working or you're walking or whatever, you can look down at your phone and see all the updates from across the world of football, not just Manchester City, across the world of football, full stop. It's a brilliant app and it helps support my channel a little bit as well. Download it right now. Over 10 million people have downloaded it. It's a brilliant app. Don't do yourself. Don't put yourself into service. Just do it right now. Download it. So this game, of course, City are hoping to reach the quarterfinals. We got there last time. We got to this stage of the competition by beating Fulham 4-1, of course. A good game of football that was as well. I enjoyed that. But this is obviously different proposition. You've got the best team probably in the Championship there, which we beat 4-1, against now the worst team in the Championship. They're currently sat bottom of the table in 24th. They got to this stage by beating QPR 2-0 as well in the previous round. Having said that, even though they are bottom of the table right now after a successful promotion last year from League One, you still got to take them relatively seriously. They've only won 5 games so far this season, drawn 6 and lost 22. And they've relatively struggled to score goals, 24 goals in only 33 games this season. So it's going to be, everything should be in Manchester City's favour. And I am expecting Pep to take this relatively seriously simply because our performances haven't been that great recently anyway. Of course, we beat Everton, though there was some dodgy moments during that game. Dodgy in terms of it was nerve-wracking, if you know what I mean. And of course, the Spurs game is not one we want to remember for any particular reason. But right now, I think Guardiola will be very much about momentum. Momentum is everything in football, and Guardiola understands the importance of doing a job and doing it well, getting it professionally done and winning. And I think this is what he'll want from his players. He'll want them to go out there and, correct the mistakes, so to speak, of the previous performances. Of course, it's not Everton or Spurs. It's a team, with all due respect to Peterborough, a lower level, but still, Guardiola understands entirely. And he talked about that when he was asked as well during the press conference about the mood at Manchester City. He said, and I quote, "One game and we lose them the next and the momentum is over. But we judge results about momentum. It's not about this. Second half was much better. We conceded almost nothing in the second half, and Goodison Park is always difficult to go to." He said the celebrations weren't exceptional because we knew how difficult it would be and all the last 11 games in the Premier League, and we will suffer. So he talks once again about that keyword, momentum, and it is everything. He was also asked a little bit about Zinchenko, of course, who's going through a horrific thing with his homeland, being raged upon by a war at the moment. And Guardiola implied that he'll play tomorrow. He's probably going to play anyway, but Guardiola gave his reasons. He said, "I think it'll be good for Zinchenko to play versus Peterborough and show the reason why he's here." And I guess Guardiola means by that is sometimes, football can be a powerful distraction. I'm not sure that he'll ever kind of remove from his mind fully, but, Zinchenko playing, it might help him take his mind off it for 90 minutes. That's not to trivialise it by any stretch of the imagination, but Guardiola is right, one, to use him, and two, Zinchenko, it could help him a little bit personally, because I can't begin to imagine what he's going through. And I'm sure he won't let us down because he's a warrior, Zinchenko. But yeah, that's this game. In terms of the team news, Guardiola said this on the players' fitness. He said, "Some knocks, but today everyone trains. Zach Steffen, not yet. He's still in the gym. He had a problem with his shoulder, which is difficult for goalkeepers, and we will decide the goalkeeper tomorrow." He said everyone trains. I don't know if that's about Cole Palmer. That would be interesting. No one really kind of clarified that. I can't really see any questions. I'm just going to search it now online and see if anyone mentioned anything. But I'm pretty certain Cole Palmer is still not available. Hopefully he will be, but I don't think he is. Either way, obviously, Jesus is back, Jack Grealish is back. No Steffen and probably no Palmer, unless I'm wrong there. We'll have to see, I guess. But it's good news that the squad's getting fitter and fitter. And you saw by the bench the other day, it was looking an awful lot stronger. In terms of the lineup, Of course, the EDS just played tonight. They drew 0-0. I watched that game as well. McAtee started, Delap started, Edozie started. A few players that you would probably hope to see on the bench for this kind of game, they started. Keiki started as well. I don't think we're going to see many young players at all. Maybe a couple on the bench, but largely I think it's going to be a very first-team heavy game. No, Zach Steffen is an interesting one. Will he start Scott Carson for the memes, or will he start Edison? Or would he start someone like, I think Slicker played tonight, actually. I think it'll be Edison. I think he'll play Edison in this game. He could start Scott Carson, but he's by all means essentially just like a coach now these days. We'll see. But I'm going for Edison here. Zinchenko, of course, will play at left back as Guardiola implied, and I think we'll see Nathan Ake start, and we will see John Stones, I reckon. Those two are the ones that didn't play, so they will play. And likewise, Kyle Walker didn't play the other day. No, Stones did play, of course, but I mean, he didn't play as a centre-back, so I think he'll play in this game. Kyle Walker didn't play, so he'll play at right-back. It's pretty obvious in my personal opinion. And I think Fernandinho... You'll come back into the team for this game in midfield, and I'm expecting to see Gundogan almost certainly will start, I reckon. Then I'm thinking it could be Bernardo or Foden in midfield, mainly because I think Grealish, the forward line, I think will be Grealish, Jesus and Mahrez. I think all those will play because they didn't play the other day. They didn't start. So Grealish, it could be Grealish in midfield, Grealish or Foden in midfield. I think we'll see one of them because I think De Bruyne and Bernardo might sit out. So I'm going to say, I'm going to put Gundogan and Foden maybe. No, Gundogan and Grealish with Foden on the left. Jesus and Mahrez. That combination of players. It could be that De Bruyne starts or Bernardo, but I don't really see that being likely personally. We'll have to see. In terms of the academy players, Romeo Lavia wasn't playing, so he could be on the bench. It could be as well that even though they played 90 minutes, occasionally you do see the odd young player on the bench, and maybe the Delap or McAtee might make up the numbers there. I would not expect him to get on for an extensive period of time, unless, the physios say they're healthy young boys, they can handle it. But given the fact that they played, I don't think we'll see him for an awful long time, but maybe I'm wrong there. Either way, it's going to be a pretty strong team. We'll see some players probably be left at home just to chill, because sometimes they need a rest. Maybe Cancelo or something like that, or Rodri or something, but we'll see. Either way, it's a strong team. It's more than enough. In terms of Peterborough, I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know loads about Peterborough. I'm sorry, I don't. No offence to Peterborough fans, I just don't. In the same way that, you probably haven't watched many Man City games recently. I've not watched a single Peterborough game, with all due respect to them. But all I can do is look at their form and the table, and it ain't good for Peterborough United. They recently lost their manager, Darren Ferguson, yet the son of Alex Ferguson, resigned. They were sat at the bottom of the table. And I think Grant McCann's come in. Yeah, Grant McCann has been appointed as a head coach for a 2.5-year deal last week. Not a winning start, though. Lost 3-0 at home to Hull City, which was a bit of a blow for them, given Hull, down the business end of the table as well in 18th. So currently, their form is pretty bad. I'm looking at it right now. Lost 3-0, lost 2-1 against Fulham, lost 1-0 against Derby County, and 0-0 against Reading, lost 1-0 against Preston, against Cardiff. They've lost something like 6 out of the last 7 or 7 out of the last 8 in the league. They are down there, and they are down there painfully at the moment. They are how far away from they are 8 points clear, 8 points off the relegation zone with a game in hand. So it's looking very bad for them, really, really bad for them. It doesn't look good at all. They have got some decent players. Johnson Clark Harris scored a whole ton of goals last season as they got promoted. Jamaican forward, about 27 years old or something like that. He scored like 30-odd goals last season in League One. So he's a good player. And he's the kind of player that would probably score against us if you give him a chance. Sometimes these players, especially strikers, lower league strikers that have had success, tend to find a goal against teams like us because they sense their moment in the sun. You know what I mean? They sense their spotlight. And I wouldn't be surprised if he does step up and score a goal. It almost feels like a rite of passage that they have to score a goal against us in teams like this. But Huddersfield, that's who they play next. But Peterborough, they aren't a great team right now. They've been playing 4 at the back for the last couple of games, I think. I'm expecting I don't know if they'll play a really strong team. I'm not sure if they'll take it really seriously or not. I can't really tell. But who knows? We'll have to see, I guess. If anyone knows anything about Peterborough more than I do, please let me know in the comments below. In terms of my prediction, I've got to be confident. Of course I have. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if, if they give us a game the way that Swindon did for a little bit and Cheltenham kind of did for a while. We had a warning there. But I'm still expecting City to kind of just go through the gears and eventually find, a relatively comfortable victory here. I'm going to go for like 4-1 maybe or something like that. I think they'll probably score. They usually get a goal in these kind of games. But I'm expecting City to have too much quality in the end and pull away. Maybe the odd late substitution here and there to get that 2-goal buffer. But I think City will be okay. I think we'll be up for this. It'll be a relatively routine game. We'll control the ball. Peterborough will have their moments, but ultimately someone like Grealish will score, I reckon. Jesus will get a goal, and then there'll be, I don't know, I can picture Ake scoring and Phil Foden. Not Foden. Who's going to score? Gundogan. There we go. There's my predictions. We'll see. I will be back for a watch along tomorrow night, of course. Go and download OneFootball. You're all absolutely awesome. Please do hit that like button, and please do hit that subscribe button as well. Thank you for watching. Big love to all the patrons and patrons. Scott Denemy, of course. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow for the watch along. Come on, you Blues. In a bit.